Remember that exciting feeling of graduating college? The sense of accomplishment? The joy of finally holding that diploma in your hands and the endless possibilities that seemed to stretch out before you? It was a moment of pure elation, a culmination of years of hard work and dedication. The world was my oyster. I felt invincible, ready to take on any challenge that came my way. I had dreams, big dreams, and I was determined to make them a reality. The future looked bright and full of promise. But then reality hit fast. Adulting was expensive. The cost of living was much higher than I had anticipated. Suddenly, I was faced with expenses I had never considered before. Rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, it all added up quickly. And then there were the student loans. Those dreaded student loans that seemed to loom over me like a dark cloud. Every month, a significant portion of my paycheck went towards paying off those loans. It felt like I was barely making a dent in the principal amount. My entry-level salary barely covered the basics. Sound familiar? I was working hard, putting in long hours, but it never seemed to be enough. The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle was relentless, and it felt like I was constantly treading water, just trying to stay afloat. I was stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Every time I thought I was getting ahead, another unexpected expense would pop up and set me back. It was a never-ending struggle, and it was taking a toll on my mental and emotional well-being. It felt like I was drowning in debt. The weight of financial stress was overwhelming, and it seemed like there was no way out. I was constantly worried about money, and it was affecting every aspect of my life. The weight of financial stress was overwhelming. I would lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering how I was going to make ends meet. The anxiety was crippling, and it felt like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I knew I needed a change, but I felt lost and unsure where to start. I had so many questions and not enough answers. How do I budget effectively? How can I save money when there's nothing left to save? Where do I even begin to tackle this mountain of debt? I remember feeling so discouraged. It was hard to stay motivated when it felt like I was constantly fighting an uphill battle. I had worked so hard in school, but my financial situation didn't reflect my efforts. It was disheartening to say the least. I worked hard in school, but my financial situation didn't reflect my efforts. It felt like I was failing at adulting. I had done everything right, gotten good grades, graduated with honors, but none of that seemed to matter in the real world. It felt like I was failing at adulting. I was supposed to have it all figured out by now, but instead, I was struggling just to get by. The pressure to succeed was immense, and it was hard not to feel like I was letting everyone down, including myself. I knew I couldn't continue like this. Something had to change. I needed to take control of my finances and find a way out of this mess. It wasn't going to be easy, but I was determined to make it happen. I had to find a way out of this financial hole. I started researching, learning about budgeting, saving, and investing. I made a plan and stuck to it. Slowly but surely, I began to see progress. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but with persistence and determination, I started to climb out of that financial hole. One day, I stumbled upon a quote that stopped me in my tracks. It was a simple sentence, but it carried a profound message that resonated deeply within me. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. This quote echoed in my mind, challenging my long-held fears and hesitations. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. I realized I was so afraid of failure that I wasn't even trying to improve my situation. I had been paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes, and this fear had kept me stagnant for far too long. I decided to face my finances head-on. No more hiding from the reality of my financial situation. It was time to take control and make a change. I gathered all my bank statements, credit card bills, and student loan information. It was a daunting task, but I knew it was necessary. I needed to see the full picture of my financial health. It was time for a financial reality check. I meticulously reviewed each document, noting down every detail. The numbers were overwhelming, but I was determined to understand where I stood. Seeing the numbers laid out in front of me was scary, but it was also empowering. For the first time, I felt a sense of control over my financial destiny. I wasn't just a passive observer, I was an active participant in shaping my future. I realized I wasn't powerless. I could make choices to change my financial future. I started by setting small, achievable goals. Each step, no matter how minor, was a step towards financial freedom. That was the turning point for me. I went from feeling overwhelmed to feeling determined. I knew the journey ahead wouldn't be easy, but I was ready to face it head on. I went from feeling overwhelmed to feeling determined. I embraced the challenges and celebrated the small victories along the way. Each accomplishment, no matter how small, fueled my motivation to keep going. I was ready to take control of my money and my life. This newfound confidence wasn't just about finances, it permeated every aspect of my life. I felt empowered, capable, and ready to face whatever came my way. My financial journey had just begun, but I was already seeing the positive impact of taking that first step. I knew the first step was to create a budget. I started by tracking my expenses for a month. It was eye-opening to see where my money was actually going. Those daily lattes and impulse purchases really added up. Then, I looked for areas where I could cut back. I started packing my lunch, finding free entertainment options, and negotiating better rates for my bills. It wasn't about depriving myself, it was about being mindful of my spending. Creating a budget wasn't about restricting myself, it was about having a plan for my money. It gave me a sense of control and clarity that I hadn't felt before. Remember that quote about taking risks? It inspired me to explore side hustles. I had always loved photography, so I started by offering portrait sessions to friends and family. Word of mouth spread, and soon I was booking clients I didn't even know. I poured my heart into my photography business. I learned everything I could about marketing, branding, and client communication. My side hustle wasn't just about the extra income, although that was definitely a bonus. It was about pursuing my passion, developing new skills, and building something I was proud of. Section 5. Investing in my future, small steps, big dreams. As my income grew, I knew it was time to start investing. I started small, contributing a small amount to a low-cost index fund every month. It felt amazing to be actively building towards my future. I learned about different investment strategies and sought advice from financial experts. I even started listening to investing podcasts while I walked my dog. Investing wasn't just about becoming wealthy. It was about creating financial security and freedom for myself. It was about taking control of my financial future. After a few years of consistent effort, I checked my investment account and couldn't believe my eyes. I had hit the $100,000 mark. It felt like a dream come true, a milestone that once seemed so distant and unattainable. I remember the countless hours spent researching, learning, and making calculated decisions. Each small step, each tiny victory had led me to this monumental achievement. It was a surreal moment. I felt a wave of gratitude wash over me. Gratitude for the journey, for the lessons learned along the way, and for the support of those who believed in me. I took a moment to reflect on how far I had come, and it filled me with a profound sense of accomplishment. I thought back to the days of feeling trapped in debt and financial stress. Those were tough times, filled with anxiety and uncertainty. I remember the sleepless nights, the constant worry about making ends meet, and the overwhelming feeling of being stuck in a never-ending cycle of bills and expenses. I had come such a long way. The journey was not easy, but every challenge I faced made me stronger and more determined. Each setback was a lesson, each obstacle an opportunity to grow. I learned to be resilient, to stay focused on my goals, and to never give up, no matter how difficult things seemed. Reaching this milestone wasn't just about the money, it was about the personal growth and the transformation I had undergone. It was about the discipline, the sacrifices, and the unwavering commitment to my financial goals. It was about proving to myself that I could achieve anything I set my mind to. It was about proving to myself that I could achieve my goals. This achievement was a testament to my hard work, perseverance, and smart financial decisions. It was a reminder that with the right mindset and dedication, anything is possible. It was a testament to the power of hard work, perseverance, and smart financial decisions. I had spent countless hours educating myself, making informed choices, and staying disciplined. The journey taught me the importance of patience and the value of long-term planning. It was a moment to celebrate, a moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication that had brought me here. I shared this joy with my loved ones who had supported me throughout the journey. Their encouragement and belief in me were invaluable, but it also fueled my motivation to keep going. This milestone was just the beginning. It inspired me to set new goals, to aim higher, and to continue striving for financial freedom. The journey ahead is filled with new challenges and opportunities, and I am more motivated than ever to embrace them. My journey to $100,000 taught me invaluable lessons. First, your mindset is everything. Believe in your ability to achieve financial success. Second, small changes add up. Start with a budget, track your expenses, and find ways to save. Third, invest in yourself, develop new skills, explore side hustles, and never stop learning. And finally, be patient and persistent. Financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. Remember, your financial journey is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. But with the right mindset, strategies, and support, you can achieve your financial goals. Reaching my financial goals has inspired me to help others do the same. I started sharing my story and financial tips online, hoping to empower others to take control of their money. It's incredibly rewarding to connect with people who are on their own financial journeys. Whether it's helping someone create a budget, explore side hustle ideas, or start investing, I'm passionate about making a difference. Financial literacy is essential for everyone, and I'm committed to making it accessible and engaging. Reaching $100,000 was a significant milestone, but it's not the end of my financial journey. It's just the beginning of a lifetime of financial growth and freedom. I'm excited to continue investing, exploring new opportunities, and using my resources to make a positive impact on the world. I'm filled with gratitude for how far I've come and excitement for what the future holds. Remember, your financial journey is a personal one. Embrace the ups and downs. Celebrate your successes and never stop learning and growing. You've got this.